Hello, hello to all you beautiful sun, moons, and stars out there. Welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid. Today I have an unboxing for you. It is a much awaited US Games release. It is The Tarot of the Abyss by Ana Tourian. So if you've been eagerly awaiting an unboxing of this deck, stick around. So the deck is out of the shrink wrap, and I ordered this, or pre-ordered it rather, directly from US Games. I don't believe it was on Amazon, and I still think it's not on Amazon. If that has changed, let me know in the comments below if you're able to order this or pre-order this from Amazon. Now, they did send it in a nice big box. I was amazed at how big the box was for just one little deck. Seems like a big waste, but they did send me this beautiful, beautiful bookmark with the artwork from The Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine Veldstein. And yes, definitely will be using that. All right, so this is a deck by the beautiful Ana Tourian, and if you are unfamiliar with her work, she is also the creator of the Oracle of Echoes. Is it the Clair de Lune, Lenormand? I think that's it. And she did a collaboration with Avalon Cameron, the Bonestone and Earth Flesh Tarot. Now she is working, I believe it's the Tarot of Echoes, her own indie tarot deck, but this is her mass market offering, and it is, like I said, published by US Games. So it's in a beautiful matte black and white two-piece box with thumb cutouts, kind of like the packaging of the Crow Tarot. And here on the back we have artwork for depictions of some cards, and on the back it says, tarot experiences begin as shapeless and void as the abyss. As we evolve and develop our relationship with the cards, we move from dark chaos to an ordered, illuminated cosmos. In both the major and minor arcana, Ana Tourian has created a beautifully nuanced tarot deck designed to mirror the journey of the soul through the universe. She has given particular attention to creating memorable characters in the court cards that skillfully guide us through our progression of knowledge. Includes 80 card deck, with 2 alternative cards and a 148 page guidebook. All right, so let's open this puppy up. Nice snug fit. So you see, it's not going to slip out. It is slipping out kind of slowly, but it's not a floppy fit. Here we go. Nothing inside the cover, but if you look at the sides, we've got this beautiful pattern. I hope my phone is picking it up all the way around. There is the book. Nothing on the inside, no artwork, but that's okay. Okay, look at the gorgeous backs. The cards themselves are shrink wrapped. This is a little chunky monkey for a little white book. We'll put that off to the side for now. Let me get the plastic off of these cards. Look at these gorgeous backs. Now this is a black and white deck. I'm gonna bring this up close, and I can't read what it says. It might be a copyright or something. It's so tiny in here, in the artwork here and here, or maybe it says something. I'd have to get a magnifying glass to read it. This cardstock is wonderful. Now, if you stick with me to the end, I'm gonna get a bunch of US Game decks that I have, and we'll compare and see exactly what this cardstock is like, so you can, compare to another deck that you may have in your collection. But this is luxurious. It is beautiful. It is on the matte side, but maybe with a little bit of a coating on it. So we'll do a cardstock comparison after we do a musical flip through, which we're going to get to right now. excited about this deck just from flipping through it. Now, for those of you who want to take a second look, we're going to flip through it again with commentary. I'm just going to flip through it and tell you what I see just very quickly. The Fool. This deck proves that you don't need full-on fancy color and a lot of things just put into it to make it an effective deck. Perfect Fool. I love that it's a female, but she seems totally willing and able, and just, it's kind of like a bring it on your expression on her face. She's heading off to her journey. I love that this magician is a tree. He's kind of a blender of paths. The High Priestess. I have a few or a couple of black and white decks. I don't have a lot of them. The Empress, the Bringer of Life. Generally, I tend to go for full color, but the black and white decks I do have are very impactful. The fact that she chose these intertwining trees as the lovers, you know, trees are just, they're just kind of the root of all nature. They're deep roots, and they have to be highly adaptable to their surroundings. You know, they do bend and they do shape due to the elements around them. And look how these have merged together. Oh, I think it's so beautiful. I do love decks, and look at, I love how she's looking straight. The both of them are looking straight at you. Oh, this Hermit. Now, there is diversity in this deck. Some, a little bit with race. You can tell, not so much with the skin color, a little bit, because it is pencil sketchings, but there is some race and definitely age depicted and wisdom in this deck, which I really like, even though it is a fantasy world. I love this Wheel of Fortune. Now, I think it's interesting that she chose just a face, no symbols of the scales and the sword. It's just Lady Justice looking straight through you. No gray areas. There's black and white. She can see everything. She can see the big picture, the full picture. And the Hanged One, you're really getting the perspective of the person hanging upside down instead of a picture of the person hanging upside down. You're getting their view. And I really appreciate that. This Death card. Oh my goodness. Again, not an ending. You step into the portal and there's something new awaiting you. Temperance. The melding of two, the alchemy for creation. This Devil, I think, is very interesting. There's not a devil, a goat-like figure pulling the strings. I think this looks more to be with to point towards our inner vices. Because you see, he has wings, he can fly, but all this other crap is keeping him rooted, keeping him from flying. Is this his brain down here? I don't know. I'm kind of away from the picture. This artwork is highly nuanced. I really love this depiction of the devil. This tower, this beautiful star. Is she paying homage to the star who's been guiding her through her journey? She's saying thank you. She's beckoning unto it. It's just beautiful. I love in the moon, you know, normally we see the wolf and the dog, symbols of the domesticated and the wild self. There's a man and a woman. Passive active energies, maybe. I think it's really interesting. There's so much in this deck. The sun. Now see, you can't get the sun meaning with bright color in a deck like this, but you can get the meaning. Look at this. I believe this is a seed, and look what's going to emerge inside the middle of the seed. In the nucleus, you can see what's going to emerge from this tiny seed because of the sun. It gives life to everything. It's so fantastic. The awakening, so in lieu of judgment, it's the awakening. Almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes. The world, the beginning, the ending, it's just one continuous cycle. There really is no ending. It just keeps going and going and going. We as entities will end depending on what your belief system is, but our current incarnation will end at some point. But there are elements of us that will continue to live on. The Ace of Swords. Now, one thing I did notice with the aces is that they're just not, you know, a symbol. They have humans in the depictions, which I really like. Now, this Two of Swords really gets me. Normally, we see a blindfolded woman holding two swords across herself. She's holding two different faces. They're the same face, but different aspects. So could that indicate the different faces that we show to the world? It's very interesting. Oh, you guys. So we have the Three of Swords. I'm glad there's not a, you know, a pierced bloody heart, but you get the traditional meaning of the Three of Swords, the energy from this card. It's beautiful. Oh. Oh. So when they indicated extra cards, it's probably not extra cards in the sense that, you know, the artist created some new cards. I think there's alternative cards. So you get a choice, like in, for instance, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So this, here you get the traditional, I think, this card representing the traditional Three of Swords in the RWS system. But in this card, maybe going from a numerological standpoint, if you read that way, it's like the progression from not knowing to knowing. Let me know what you think. You know what? I'm going to keep these cards out, and we're going to, when we look at the book, we're going to take a look at these. Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. You know, I kind of dig this. Look at the pin cushion, but it's got swords sticking out, and he's captured a butterfly, and he's deciding, it's in his power, what the fate of the butterfly or moth is going to be. Very interesting. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. You know, look at the placid look on his face. He doesn't look really like he's going to be up to something nefarious. Maybe his motives are pure, but he does have to take some sort of undercover operation. There's so many ways to read the Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Fairly traditional. Nine of Swords. Even if I'm trying to get through this, even if I'm not saying it's because they're pretty much have the essence of the RWS. This is an RWS deck, but she does go her own way in certain aspects. And this one, I love this Ten of Swords. All right, so this guy is down and out, and he's in a precarious position, but it won't be for long because help is on the way. Now, help doesn't look to be running to help him, but it is on the way. Oh, wait. I can't tell. Is he holding a knife in his hand? Is he looking to finish him off? Oh my. What's he holding behind him? That looks like it could be a knife. I don't know. You be the judge. And if you are having this deck, if you are getting this deck in the mail, look at it closely and let me know what you think. Holy cow. The Ten of Swords. Okay. So we also have an alternative for the Ten of Swords. So this is more traditional and this is not. Okay, we're going to keep this one aside too, that pairing. Page of Swords. I think the pages are all females. And the knights? No, I don't think all the knights are. Powerful knight. Beautiful Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Now we're into the ace. See, I like how there's people in the aces. The Two of Wands, fairly traditional, except you get the close-up view instead of the back view, which I like. Three of Wands, but here you've got the ship that's very much in the forefront. Now, this deck is kind of its own world. There's something medieval and ancient about it, but then you have a traditional, like, birthday cake here. So, a little mix. And this is the Four of Wands. The Five of Wands, depicting the birds in competition for resources or a mate. I love the Six of Wands. It's depicting a dancer. So I'm gonna love that. Seven of Wands, a traditional depiction. Eight of Wands. So you've got the wands, but you also have the geese depicting the movement and the energy. I really like that. Traditional Nine of Wands. But I really like the battle-worn fatigue in his posture, in his face. The faces in this deck are so expressive. Ten of Wands. Really traditional. This is a beautiful Page of Wands. And we've got this different Knight of Wands. He's got this little fae spirit, this little fae creature. Oh. Okay. So could this be the Page of Wands in the background? What do you think? Okay, she's providing the kindling. It looks like she's starting to make a fire. And maybe she's waiting for the help of the knight with this little creature to make a fire. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. The Queen of Wands. Beautiful. And the King. Again, I love these aces with the people in them. The intertwining of the Two of Cups makes an infinity symbol. Again, kind of reminiscent of what was going on with the Lover's card with the trees. Three of Cups. At first I was going, when I was flipping through, where's the third person? But here is the third person, the hand. And I love the generational depiction here. Traditional Four of Cups. I love this Five of Cups. Just the posture. I mean, you just get pure feeling. I mean, even though it's pretty traditional in depiction, just the amount of emotion that you get from Anna's artwork. Six of Cups. Is he thinking about a better time? Maybe he's thinking about how far he's come from a bad time. The Seven of Cups. I love, love, love this depiction. The cups aren't full. It's all up here. Her dreams, her wishes, her choices. The castle in the sky. I love it. The Eight of Cups. She's moving away from the home, moving away from something that looks quite nice on the surface, but only she can tell you. Nine of Cups. Now this looks more like what a traditional Seven of Cups would be, but I like this depiction of the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Look at this family. So you've got a family unit. You've got somebody here holding the hand, and then the child holding on to the female. There's a home out in the distance, cups leading the way, the sun. It's beautiful. The Page of Cups. On a ship. Okay, so the rest of the court cards, yes, they're going to be on the ship. So there is some storytelling through the court cards. The Queen, to me she looks more like a princess, but they're all cohesive. You've got a dashing king or a hero here on the high seas. Oh, I love it. Look at this Eight of Pentacles. The seed, and then, you know, with the potential of full growth. The Two of Pentacles. So you've got the two of them waving that pendulum-like figure here. I love it. The Three of Pentacles, that tug of war, the teamwork. Oh, you guys, a beginner could totally read with this deck. You don't need an RWS deck with this deck. If you hate, oops, sorry about that. If you hate, or I shouldn't say hate, but you're not jiving with the RWS art, if it doesn't, you know, give you all the feels, this deck, you could totally, totally read with it. You get everything that you need. Six of Pentacles. I love the Seven of Pentacles with her oven, her like kiln. And the Eight of Pentacles, he's building a wall. You know, masonry is a skill, it's an art. This Nine of Pentacles is everything. Oh, Miss Tourian, this is fantastic. Oh, this deck, the Ten of Pentacles. You do very much get a mix of the traditional, and then she goes her own way. And when she does go her own way, the cards, oh wow. they just take on, they just have new energy. And it's intense. The Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. So you get more of an earthy vibe here. In the Cups, we were on the high seas. Here we're in the earth. Queen of Pentacles. Is she saving these? It looks like a trap door. There's a key. It'd be interesting to read the book. I'm excited to read the book. And then there's the king. And I like how the kings and the queens fairly match. They're not facing each other, but the court cards, you know, they're all cohesive. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the book and see what you get. So, it doesn't look like there's any color pictures, but that's okay. You do get some spreads in the back. Spreads, glorious spreads. So a daily draw, a 6-card spread. So card 1, what do I know of the problem in hand? What am I aware of presently? What do I secretly wish? What will the future bring? What shall be revealed? What will I learn from this? The Abyss spread, so that's a 13-card spread. Oh my gosh. Pretty intensive, and that's what it looks like. Oh, very cool. There's about the author or creator. Ana Tourian is an artist, illustrator, and art director. After years of working in a creative agency, she was called back to sculpting and illustrating. She is the creator of multiple decks and has gained international acclaim, such as the Hidden Waters Tarot. Ooh, let me know if you have that. I'm not aware of that. Oracle of Echoes, Clair de Lune, Lenormand. The illustrations for Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. Anna is an avid tarot lover and has been reading tarot for over 20 years. When she's not creating new divination decks, Anna can be found sculpting or hiking. She lives with her 2 children, her husband, and her dog Charlie in New Jersey. Now, let's go back. And let's just read a little bit of the introduction. According to many Western traditions, the world began formless and chaotic as a deep, dark abyss. There was nothing, not even light, and certainly no matter in existence. In the instant that Spirit willed it, out of the darkness came light, the source of all that is. The light gave rise to the entire universe, first as energy and then as matter. Through their combination and interdependence, galaxies, solar systems, and even living things arose. Out of nothingness was born the world. Out of the abyss came forth the light. Tarot of the Abyss is born out of the same notion, though of course on a smaller scale. We all start off our tarot experience as beginners, shapeless and void as the abyss. With every shuffle of the cards, a little light dawns. With every reading performed, our knowledge and ability improves just a little. We grow, evolve, and develop metamorphically, moving from chaos to cosmos. I love that she addresses the beginner tarot reader here. Oh my goodness. And there's more. And she goes into the suits and the court cards. The elements. So what is different about this deck? Even though the Tarot of the Abyss is a deck based on the RWS system, I deliberately introduced a few slight modifications. These changes emerged based on a number of discussion with readers as well as my own present understanding of the cards. Okay, so you don't get any keywords, you just get information about the card. It looks like about the artwork itself, you know, the picture, the image being depicted, and also the meaning, what it means when you draw the card. So just to get, I pulled out a couple of these cards, so just so we can get some context. Let's look for the Three of Swords and see what the writing is like. So we've got the Three of Swords, and this is the traditional version, and it says, there is nothing harder than losing someone we love. Sometimes the pain can seem enough to break the human spirit. The Three of Swords is not an easy card to receive because it can forecast emotional pain and suffering. In the card, we see a woman ready to set free the caged bird that was once her heart. It once beat within her chest in perfect synchronicity with her, but with time, her heart took a different role. It became something alien from her, a distant being looking for a way out of the darkness that caged it. It was not an easy decision to make, since her livelihood could depend on this. Could she continue without it? Maybe she realized that keeping it locked within would not remove the pain, or sadness. Instead, she set it free and hoped that with time the cracks would heal. Remember this saying, if you love something, let it go free. If it comes back to you, it's yours forever. If it doesn't, it was never yours to begin with. And then there's more, but we're going to go quickly to the Three of Swords alternative card. So just going over what's depicted. Some people have a different way of interpreting the Three of Swords based on the numerological properties, of the number 3, the triad. Because the suit of swords deals with the element of air and therefore the mind, the suit as a whole can be interpreted as a progression. Yes, I thought so, from unknowing to knowing. Since the Ace of Swords associated with number 1, also known as the monad, is a card that brings the discovery of truth. The number 1 is the creative Big Bang of the mind. Interesting. The Two of Swords associated with the number 2, the dyad, is about duality and the choices of mind. Okay, so it's just the way you want to interpret it. Okay, so you get kind of a feeling of what the writing is like. And that's why I really love it when the creator of a deck is also the artist, when they are one and the same, because you get insights into the creative process of mine, and not just, when you have a creator of a deck, maybe a creator who outlines everything and what they want to see, and then they get an artist to put those things that are in their brain into images. But when you get that extra perspective from having the creator of the deck being the writer of the text and the creator of the artwork, it just seems to be all that more cohesive. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, let's talk cardstock, shall we? Now, this shuffles very easily. Very, very easily. It's traditional, regular tarot size. Okay, it shuffles like a dream. For me, with my weak, small hands. And if you're a riffle shuffler, you're gonna have no problems. I am not. I can barely get my hands around this, even, regular tarot size. I can't get my fingers around it. So that's why I do the side. But this cardstock great US Games cardstock. So let me get some samples of my US Games cardstock, and we'll see which one this is like. Okay, so here I am holding a card from the Tarot of the Abyss deck, and here I've got my Morgan Greer. No, it doesn't feel like the Morgan Greer. The Morgan Greer, I love the Morgan Greer cardstock. It has a little bit more of a coating than this has. This has a little bit more of a matte feel to it, so it does not feel like the Morgan Greer. I've got my Crow Tarot here. This is bigger. This is a bigger card here. The Crow Tarot is a bigger size card. The Tarot of the Abyss, is a little bit larger than the Morgan Greer, as you can see. Width-wise, height, it's about the same. Maybe a tiny smidge, fraction of an inch taller, but as far as cardstock, it feels closer to the Crow Tarot than the Morgan Greer. All right, I have the US Games version of the Dream Keeper's Tarot here. These feel very similar. Okay, so the Dream Keepers feels a lot like the Crow Tarot, and it feels a lot like this. But I would say the Tarot of the Abyss still feels a little bit more matte, but it feels very, very close to this. And it's about the exact same size as the Dream Keeper's Tarot. I think even the same corner rounder. Yeah, it's the exact same size. So if you have either one, the Crow Tarot or the Dream Keeper's Tarot, know that the cardstock is very, it's the same. And size-wise, it's the same as the Dream Keeper's Tarot. This is my other black and white deck. This is my Bianco Nero deck. And it's a deck that I love. And actually, if you look, the Tarot of the Abyss is more cream than, because this is a stark white. Bianco Nero is stark white. So the Tarot of the Abyss, it might look black and white, but really it's black and cream, which I really like. Let's look size-wise. It's about the same size as the Bianco Nero, but you can see the color difference. So instead of black and white, it's a cream and white deck. All right, so Bianco Nero feels more closer, I think, to the Morgan Greer. Yeah. Okay, and yes, so if you have the Dream Keeper's Tarot or the Crow Tarot, you'll know what this cardstock is like. Well, that concludes my unboxing of the Tarot of the Abyss tarot deck by Ana Tourian, a new US Games publication. Let me know in the comments below, do you have this deck already? Did you pre-order from US Games? And what do you think of it so far? Do you love it as much as I think I'm going to? I think it's stunning. Now, also, if you found any value to this video, please consider hitting a like, a subscribe, the notification bell. I come often with videos and unboxings, and if you do those things, it helps this very small channel to grow. And with that, I will leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.